Well, folks, I don't know what's going on with my camera or my channel. When I upload the video, I just checked. I did a test. The volume is fine. And then what I noticed is that for a while there, I would upload the video and the volume would be faint. Then it would get louder. Now this latest video, when I uploaded it, the volume was fine. And now it's really faint. I'm not doing anything. I don't know why it's happening. Kind of sucks. Anyway, cheers. I don't know why these things happen. It's not me, okay? It's not me. I'll do a quick one today because I'm kind of in a further response to comments. So someone was asking me about influences in Green Slate and stuff, and it's like, no, that's not at all an influence on how I write or how I approach my music. But I'll tell you who is, and I hadn't played this in a while, and ended up opening up my Arturia and playing along with it. The band Mew. Really like these guys from Denmark. Jonas Bier and I we still say hello through social media. This was their last album, Visuals. The band is no longer. I think they just wrapped up their farewell tour. And for all intents and purposes, I can see where this is it for them. They're done. Maybe when they're older, there'll be a reunion. But so this is pop music, but with a original slant. There's a progressive rock aspect to the way the band writes. And I have been directly influenced by the band, by the way that Jonas in particular writes. On my Soundwave CD, I've mentioned it before, I do a song based on a Mew track. And I got Jonas's permission to go ahead. He said, I hear what you did. You've made it your own. But that's an example of a direct influence on the way that I approach music. The band Mew. I still think they're extremely underrated. They're one of my favorite bands. They really are. Cheers. I only dipped briefly into this yesterday. I showed it yesterday. The Anthology of Turkish Music. But the other record that did get played was most of this. The site video, Voices, Notes, and Noise. Interesting compilation. Tom Reckian was the name I couldn't remember, who was in the Duets, but he also worked in music and apparently worked in graphics. Has some cool credits. I think he worked with Michael Jackson, among other people. He's a friend, long distance friend. Also a member of the Los Angeles Free Music Society. That's another example of music where I submitted to the music to the Los Angeles Free Music Society way back when. They accepted my submission. It put it out on something. They sent me a copy. It's one of the things that got stolen when I told you about my house getting broken into. Not this one, but the house I owned before it. That was one of the items I lost. It's like, oh man. And I didn't use my name. I used a alias. I don't remember what it was. I probably have the information buried somewhere in my files. In my file cabinet, literally. Don't remember. So I'll be curious to see if today there's a fluctuation in the volume on this video. If it goes on at regular volume and it's softer, or if it goes on soft and gets louder, or what. I just want y'all to understand it's not me. I don't know why it's happening. I really don't know how things go behind the scenes. We're told that it's algorithms. Wouldn't surprise me that in some instances there are actual humans monitoring. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Even randomly, people who have access behind the scenes, working at Google or YouTube, just decide they want to spy on people or whatever, or they call it their job. I don't know. I'm gonna still steer clear of the news for a little while. It's bonkers. That's all I have to say about it. So so Blake is in town, but he hasn't gotten in touch with me. Now I understand that, and I'm not gonna be hurt by it. I could be, but Blake is younger than my kids, and we've made music, and I'm not part of his friend circle, even though I consider him a friend. So I'm gonna leave it on him. If he wants to reestablish contact, he will. If he doesn't, then that then that's where that's at. But I think I'm reading the situation correctly. He's half my age. Okay. And then he got engaged while he was on the last cruise. I think he's doing another tour coming up. We'll see. Would I like to hear from him? Well, sure. But, as I say, I understand we all do what we do for our own purposes, not because of other people. So he's doing his thing. Okay, I'll just do a quick poll. Even though we know what. See, that's why I was pulling from out in the other room and showed you those D's because they're not in here. So let me, again, I try to surprise myself, but I really can't. So let me just do a poll and see what happens. We'll go over here. See, I know what everything is. What did we get? Oh my goodness. Well, I kind of, I know where everything is, so not surprised. This is Sun Ambulance. Euphemistic before I was in the band. I actually had Joe sign it for me because I really like this album. I was a member of the band for a short time, did several tours with them. Proud to be part of the Saddle Creek label story. This is that Americana sort of thing. I don't know what else you call it. It's not emo, because that's what they were calling it back in the day. But there's just all this country music and rural sounding flavor in, frankly, a lot of Saddle Creek records in the early days. Now the thing about Sun Ambulance and Joe Knapp is that he would mix it up. There'd be a lot of just guitar and band songs, but then, like for example, the album that I play on, may as well grab it. Someone else's. So I'm on this album, Someone Else's Deja Vu by Sun Ambulance. Only on one track. You can barely hear me. The psychology behind this story is a trip, which involves some mental health problems on the part of the person in the picture here, Joe. So I just excused it. I just excuse it. You know, the fact that you can barely hear my bass on the song that I play on, but you can hear the bass on the other songs just fine. That was some bullshit. But I got to join the band and go on tour and go to Europe and experience some cool things. I also got to choose this artwork. That was another concession in a way to me from Joe when we were looking at the different artwork that was submitted. This one really stood out to me, in part because of the color scheme. I love orange, but I thought this as a design was really pretty good. So that was another contribution on my part. So if you see this in the use section, take a chance. This is much better than you might think. And it goes all the way from incorporating Brazilian to psych to that emo sound. It's a good album. It's a good album. Okay, so here's something else sitting out. I forget who sent this to me. I think it was the musicians involved. Ross Moshi, Dave Ross, Federico Ugi. Red River Flows. There's not really much information about this. It's jazz. It's free jazz. And limited edition. I have number 18 out of 250. 577records.com. I really don't even know, well, it's through my channel probably that this was sent to me. I popped this on a few days ago. Didn't get all the way through a track, but I thought I'd mention that it's still sitting out because it was like good enough. It was like, get back to this. Some free jazz there for you. Well, try to have a good day. Try to have a good evening whenever you see this. I hope that the volume is okay on the video. I just want to explain to you folks that I don't know what's going on with the volume on my videos. I don't. It's frustrating. That's what I have for you today, folks. I won't stay on too long. I'm wearing an old t-shirt. Show it to you right quick. Full clip. Well, you can't really see it, but it's an old... It was a t-shirt given to the band by a motorcycle shop. Like I said, I was in this band called Full Clip in the 70s, with a bunch of bikers, and we got adopted by the Hells Angels. But because the other guys in the band were bikers, the local shops liked us, made us t-shirts and shit. Anyway, that's what I got for you, folks. I love hearing from you, people. So say hello. Stop by. Talk to you later.